There's an ancient idea that not all harm is done with hands. Some harm is done with the tongue, quietly, casually, over coffee in a whisper, across a dinner table, on a phone call that starts, "I probably shouldn't say this, but..." And from that point on, the room tilts. In Jewish tradition, this harm has a name, Lashon Hara, evil speech. But not just lies. That's the thing. Lashon Hara doesn't require falsehood. Even a true statement can be forbidden if it is spoken in a way that causes unnecessary damage to another. That's what makes it so insidious. It sounds like honesty. It sounds like concern. It sounds like just sharing. But it rots things. At the heart of it is a question. What are you doing with your words? Are you repairing the world, or are you cracking it further? The sages speak of words as a kind of fire. Once released, they cannot be gathered again. The damage is done whether or not it was intended. There is no such thing as a harmless rumor. A few words behind someone's back can tarnish their reputation, shift a community against them, turn opportunity into suspicion. A person can lose livelihood, friendship, dignity, not because of what they did, but because of what someone said. And more than that, even if nothing changes outwardly, something changes inwardly. When you speak ill of someone, you separate yourself from them. You put them down a rung. You become a little colder, a little more proud, a little less like God, who breathes life with words, not death. And what's worse, you pull your listener into it with you. Now they carry that image of the person, skewed, shaded. You fed them a lens, and now they see through it. You have corrupted their vision. And if they go on to repeat it, you've multiplied the damage again. It's contagious, this kind of speech, and addictive, because let's be honest, there's a pleasure in it, a certain thrill. Talking about someone else makes you feel closer to whoever you're talking to. We're not like them. It's a shortcut to intimacy, but it's built on someone else's back. And the house you build with it, it never lasts. Because the moment that person leaves the room, you wonder, what will they say about me? Lashon Hara tears the fabric of trust between friends, between neighbors, between you and yourself. And this is why the tradition treats it so seriously, why it is said to be worse than theft, worse even than murder, because it combines them. It robs a person of their name, their standing, their peace, and it can kill something inside them that may never come back. But the goal here is not to terrify, it's to awaken to the power of your mouth. To remember that the tongue is not just a flap of muscle, it's a tool of creation or destruction. Every day you wake up with a gift, the chance to build or break with your speech. And here's the other side of it, the beautiful side. If evil speech wounds, then holy speech heals. If slander pollutes, then kindness purifies. If gossip divides, then truth spoken in love repairs. You can shift the entire atmosphere of a room with your words. You can give someone courage they didn't have. You can cover their shame. You can say the sentence that reroutes their life. You can protect them from the fire instead of fanning it. And this is what makes silence so noble, too. Not the silence of fear, but the silence of wisdom. The silence that says that story doesn't need to be told. The silence that knows the difference between truth and usefulness. It's not always about shutting your mouth. Sometimes it's about speaking bravely, but only when the speech will mend, not maim. So the next time you feel the spark rising, the juicy detail, the delicious critique, the passive-aggressive jab, pause and ask, is this kind? Is this necessary? Would I say it in front of the person I'm speaking about? Does it bring us closer to repair or farther? And if not, you can choose not to speak it. You can let the fire die before it spreads. That's power. That's mercy. That's the kind of holiness that doesn't need a pulpit or a robe, just a willing heart and a guarded tongue. Because in the end, we are building the world word by word. Let us build carefully. Let us build well.